Hi folks, this is Larry Heather, your independent social credit candidate for Calgary-Lougheed in the by-election on December 14th, called to replace Dave Rodney, in order primarily for Jason Kenney to take his spot in the legislature. But there is a reason why I would run against Jason Kenney as a conservative, because I don't like the way the word conservative is being redefined. So Jason Kenney, in his conservative pilgrimage, as it were, has gone through a number of metamorphoses. There's been a lot of changes in his position, and none so startling as in May of 2015 at the policy conference of the Conservative Party of Canada, where they dropped the traditional family value definition from their policy and endorsed same-sex marriage. As far away from conservative thought as you could get. And so he said at that time, well, the language is archaic now. It's been changed in legislation. This is from the Toronto Star. It's been changed in legislation for over 10 years now. We've got to, as it were, get up with the times. Well, I'm sorry. You don't take commandments from God that are sourced out of Genesis 1 and 2, the creation mandate, male and female, and start fooling around with it. Conservatives, real conservatives, don't do that. Now, secondly, you've got Jason Kenney with his stance on Bill 24 and on Bill 10, which involved the homosexual clubs being mandated into the schools. And they gave them a fluffy name called GSAs, Gay Straight Alliances, just to ease it in a bit. But they're homosexual promoting clubs of all brands: transgenderism, lesbianism, homosexuality. I just want to say to you that Bill 24 is just a hop and a skip from Bill 10. Bill 24 says, well, don't even tell the parents that their kids are in a homosexual club. And Jason's protest against this, well, let's give it to the teachers, the professionalism of the teachers. They'll know enough whether the child's attendance at one of these sex perversion clubs should be told to the parents if the child is at risk. So he's separated parental authority from teacher professionalism and trusting the tender mercies of a secular trained, university trained teacher to decide whether or not parental authority should be engaged. This is not conservative thought. This is highly liberalized thought. Now, Bill 10, Bill 24 is just a little skip away from Bill 10. Bill 10 was a huge leap into social Marxism to mandate that homosexual clubs, as Gordon Dirks brought it in, one of our own so-called evangelical conservatives, quote, brought this bill in saying, we got to allow one request from one student to allow for a homosexual club to be established in every school in Alberta, Christian, charter, private, public. Every school, at the request of one student, this club must be formed. Not only that, at the request of one student, the principal must accede to having a speaker of choice speak to the entire student body, a transgender, so-called confused, a lesbian, a who knows what's coming next, transageism, transracialism. What are people going to identify with? That's just a form of ancient Christian heresy called Gnosticism. What you feel on the inside is the most important. What's on the outside is irrelevant. That's Gnosticism. That's a religious movement, folks, that they're perpetrating through transgenderism. So Jason Kenney says, I agree with Bill 10. I agree with Bill 10. Well, if you agree with Bill 10, Jason Kenney, You are far, far, far into social Marxism. You are overthrowing the fundamental family values, cultural values that built Alberta and built Canada. So no, Jason Kenney, you are not a conservative if you agree with Bill 10. And why am I running in this election? I want to have voters have a refuge, a true social conservative refuge where they can park their vote and say, I can be sure that Larry is not going to give up the ship on these values. That what it says in Genesis, from the Word of God, from our Creator, male and female He made them. Larry's going to stick with that. Larry's not going to go with Bill 10. Larry's not going to go with minor modifications to Bill 24. Larry's going to stick with our traditional values and what God says when He created us. And the structure, the sociological structure that He inbuilt into creation for our success and our comfort and our guidance. This is Larry Heather speaking from Calgary-Lougheed in the by-election for December 14th. God bless you.